Shout out to my bestie for letting me borrow her tripod because I still have not gotten a new one, but I know I need to. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. If you're new here, I would love it if you stuck around and subscribed. Just, you can go ahead and do that first, or if you want to subscribe at the end, totally up to you. Anyway, I would love it if you did stick around and subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would also really appreciate that. In today's video, it's going to kind of be a chit chat, catch up, but also just share something that kind of came to my mind, gave me an idea of a video. You can tell by the title what this video is about. It has yet to be titled in my mind, but if you want to, catch up with me, make sure you stick around. Let me start out by saying I am not a licensed therapist or anything like that, but just a little bit of a background. I am someone who I would say struggles with anxiety, also OCD, and I've dealt with depression in the past as well. I have a mini series that I will link for you guys that I did probably, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago or so. I will link that for you guys, but I am someone who I would say struggles with that. And I also am a pretty goal-oriented person as well, just as a little bit of a background. That's kind of somewhat some things that we're going to talk about in today's video. I wrote out my thoughts, and at the beginning I would say I don't know if my anxiety interferes whenever I'm filming videos, but then as I was writing some more my thoughts, I realized that, hold on, anxiety is something that interferes with my videos. But that I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Let me backtrack a little bit. Can I just read some of this? Would that be bad? Let me start out by saying I would say I'm a pretty goal-oriented person. Goals are not a bad thing, but they can be binding. Also, I liked when I was writing out my thoughts for this. This is kind of also along the lines of what happens whenever I journal. At the beginning, I would say that my anxiety does not interfere during the filming process, but then I realized, I was like, hold on. Yes, it does. So as I was saying, it's not bad to have goals, but I can find that they can be internally binding. Let me explain. I've learned that it's difficult for me to be still, which is ironic because Intercom is kind of my theme for the year. And for example, I don't know, I don't want to explain myself, but even just talking about that, that's something that I have an internal dialogue while I'm filming, and I almost internally edit. I'm like, nope, can't say that. Even though I know it logically does not make sense. Even, I don't know, the more that I talk, I'm like, no, I don't even want to share that as well. And once again, I know I'm not making a whole lot of sense. I will try to. Whenever I'm talking with my best friend, especially about my OCD, she knows that I don't like to explain something because I know whenever I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous, but it's still something that I struggle with. So I would say Intercom is my theme for the year. It goes along with my Be Still devotional. This is something I mentioned that in my video where I have my Altered State haul, which by the way, I got this from Altered State, I got this from Altered State, I got this from Altered State. We love Altered State over here. They have some really cute stuff. But I mentioned that it kind of goes along with my theme of Intercom for the year, but I took that out because the overthinking in my brain is like, nope, can't talk about that. Why? I don't want to explain that to you. So I love filming, and I did want to get back to YouTube obviously, but just know that there's an internal dialogue while I am speaking a lot of the times of wanting to cut out things. So I wrote down, I also have my overthinking internal dialogue kind of controlling me. Maybe that's something that I should work on. I started doing YouTube videos again because I missed it, but internally when I started back, I wanted to be able to post one video a week and mostly maintain that. I did good for a few weeks, then I didn't post for almost 3 weeks. So I'm saying I did pretty consistently. I posted once a week for a few weeks there, but then I didn't post for 3 weeks. And I know that I don't need to explain myself, but I felt like I needed to explain and justify my actions. I kind of updated you a little bit on my Instagram, which shout out if, you can go ahead and follow me there if you want. The airplane overhead, I would want to refilm that segment when there wasn't an airplane over my head. It's messed up here sometimes, and I know you shouldn't talk negatively about yourself. That is also something that I try to be conscious about, but let me just say it's no fun up here sometimes. It's no fun. I didn't post for almost 3 weeks, and that bothered me. No one in my personal life even mentioned it to me. And even if they did, it would most likely be from a place of genuinely asking, like, hey, I missed you not having a new video. I know that that's all hypothetical. I did tell some people in my life that I was having issues editing my last video, and those were legitimate issues. Yes, I do have OCD issues whenever I'm editing, but they were legitimate issues with the format of the videos and the way, I'm not a tech person, but I still film on my phone, but from going to my phone to my laptop to edit, there were issues. It was a struggle. Thankfully, shout out to my bestie. She did help me some. Appreciate you, love you. Back to what I was saying. I did tell some people in my life that I was having issues editing my last video, or also that I wouldn't be able to upload a new video that week. Maybe God was teaching me that things are not in my control, that He is quite literally in control. Or I also wrote, maybe God was teaching me that I can plan all I want, but He's in control. Also true. I filmed the Altered State in TJ Maxx haul, which I will also link for you guys, where I talk about getting this shirt, and also I mentioned things that I got from TJ Maxx. So I filmed that haul, and also the haul of the beauty look. That was the one that was really difficult for me to edit. I filmed those on the same day, but they're like almost through 3 weeks apart. I guess is a little bit of a background, because that's just how things happened. And that's, I know, another thing that I need to learn in life as well. I do like that I'm at least also open to and aware of things that I need to learn, because my personality, I like being in control, and you know, like I said, I like to plan, and you can plan all you want, but like God's in control. So maybe that's something that He was kind of also showing me. Anyway, so another thing with me being motivated, I like to, in general, read 1 book a month, maybe 1.5, because I would like to read more than 12 books in a year. That's just kind of a goal of mine. I like reading, I like learning. Most of the books that I read are nonfiction. I just finished this book a couple days ago. This book here, just finished this a couple of days ago, and it took me almost 2 months to read. Next, I'm borrowing Made, this book right here, from one of my friends. I did watch the series the limited series on Netflix. Now I'm gonna read the book. I'm not gonna point out everything that and this is something that I wouldn't want to mention. But that's something that I wouldn't want to mention. But I'm really trying to overcome it. It is an ongoing journey, growth. We love to see it. So I'm borrowing that book from a friend of mine. I watched the limited series. Okay, yeah. And I don't know, that might take me a full month to read. That might take me longer than a month to read. Even saying that, I hope it doesn't take me longer than a month to read, but I'm going to try to not be so hard on myself, because there's a line between being motivated, but also it's good to have goals and be motivated. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any goals in your life, but there's a line between having goals and being motivated and letting it control you and run your life, because that I just don't like that. Also, side note, I am reading a separate book for part of a women's Bible study that I'm in, and this is me justifying the fact that it took me almost 2 months to read a book, which I'm aware, maybe I shouldn't have to, I don't know, I obviously don't have all of the answers. Maybe I shouldn't have to justify it, the reason it took me almost a month to read, but I don't know. That's me just justifying a little bit why it took me almost a month to read that book. Overall, I think having plans, this is kind of something I've also already mentioned. Overall, I think having plans and goals are good, but this is me telling myself to not be so hard on myself and let them trap me. That's another way of putting it. I don't want to have my goals and aspirations to trap me and control me. No, that's not the point of goals. Going back to it's hard for me to be still aspect, I have identified it, and I will work on that, on how it's hard for me to be still. But I feel like I need to be doing things a lot. I got my little planner, which I showed in my TJ Maxx haul. I don't feel like getting up, it's in my room. But it's a little marble planner. It's cute. It was only like $3.99. So I got that in my TJ Maxx haul to organize what to do after I get off work. And it's helped, but also I realized that it's difficult for me to be still and do things just because, watching a show at night can seem like wasted time. Also, hopefully this kind of helps, I don't know, I hope that this video is not entertaining, but interesting to you, but maybe this will also kind of help if you struggle with the same things. Once again, not saying that I have answers, but also sometimes it does help to know that you're not the only person who feels this way. Back to what I was saying, it's hard for me to be still and do things just because, watching a show at night can seem like wasted time. And by a show, I usually only watch one episode, 1 or 2. It's not like I spend the time after I get off work and I just watch TV for the rest of the day. I don't want to just watch TV when I get off work, and I don't. Okay, I already said that. But also, I don't think I should feel like I'm wasting my time if if I'm just watching one episode of something, this is another thing that I'm identifying and will try to work on. Another thing, especially, I feel like mostly in 2021, I made more of a point of growing and not just being the way that I am just because that's the way that I am. And I have a pretty, I don't know, to me, I see that a turning point whenever I had a hard conversation with my bestie. We were on our way to Fazoli's. She loves Fazoli's. I love Fazoli's. So, you know, another thing that we bond about. I don't love Fazoli's as much as she does, but like, I'll go. I'll eat some Fazoli's. Anyway, so we were on our way to Fazoli's and I just brought up to her, like, this is the way that I am, because we've been friends for, this is our 20-year anniversary, our friendiversary, if you will. We've been friends. She knows me very well. She's one of the people who knows me the best in my life. So she kind of has that pass to say things to me that might be difficult that I don't like to hear. And she was using that night. And I did not like it, just to be honest with you. Because initially my reaction was, this is the way that I am. And she kind of, once again, I can't remember exactly how she put it, but she kind of mentioned that, like, or you can identify that and see that as a room of growth, a way to change. And I can't even remember exactly what we were discussing, but I felt like she was trying to change me and not accepting me for who I am. And once again, there's even a fine line with that. Like, I'm not saying that she was trying to change my entire personality, because she wasn't, but also if there are bad qualities in a person, it's okay for someone close to you to bring that up and like, hey, maybe we should adjust this, which is kind of what she was doing. I didn't plan on talking about that, but here we are. And I am pretty sure that I'm going to leave that in this video too. This was a fun one, a nice little catch up. I also have a plan to film my what's in my bag video today, and I really need to, and I've wanted to go through my makeup in this desk drawer. So TBD if I do that as well. But I do plan on at least filming one other video today. Also, I am going to Olive Garden with one of my close friends, Sarah. I love her. I love pasta. Like, does that show? I've been wanting to go to Olive Garden for a little bit, so I texted her last night, kind of last minute, and she said sure, and I was like, yes. So we're going to Olive Garden, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm wearing this shirt. Now we're rambling again. Once again, if you liked this video, if you want to stick around once again, if you liked this video, if you want to stick around and subscribe, feel free to do that. I would love it if you did. And also, please give me a thumbs up if you liked this. Would also greatly appreciate that. And I will see you in my next video.